All right, first step to make our Thai mango barbecue sauce is to add some olive oil to our saucepan. That's 2 to 3 tablespoons, and we're gonna add the chopped onion and the chopped shallots, and then mix those up a little bit. We're gonna put that on medium heat, and we're gonna sweat them until they are translucent. Let's stir them up a bit so that they are coated with the oil. And we're going to add a little bit of pepper, just lightly, because we're going to be adding some more later, and we're going to be adjusting the seasoning at the end. Okay, so we're just going to do this lightly. All right, stir it up again, and let these sweat until they're translucent. We don't want them to go brown. And if they start to cook or start to brown or seems like they're too hot, turn down the heat. Okay, our onions and shallots are translucent. Let's add our garlic, and we're going to stir that and let the garlic sweat for about 30 seconds or so, maybe a little bit longer because there's a lot of it. Garlic will burn fast and easy, so you want to keep it moving, especially if you're at a medium heat. If you're at a lower heat, then you don't have to be so worried about it, but it will burn easily. All right, now we're going to add our Thai curries, and these things are very pungent. Okay, you're going to start to really smell them as they start to cook. Now, what we want to do is kind of mix them in with the onions and the shallots and the garlic, and then mix them and stir them around and let them cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now you should keep stirring because these will burn. We don't want to burn them. Okay, now we've got some of this curry that's sticking to the bottom of the pan. We're going to scrape that off later, okay? Now we're going to add the mango and the lime juice and the brown sugar and just enough water to not quite cover the mango. We can always add more later, okay? We want to get a good barbecue sauce consistency, and these mango are going to render liquid, right? So I'm afraid that if we use too much water, in other words, if we cover the mango with the water, as they start to render their liquid, this is going to be too thin after we puree it. All right, so right now we're going to just not quite cover them. We can always add more later. It's always easier to thin it than to thicken it. Now we're going to add some salt, again lightly, because we're going to adjust the seasoning later on. And stir it up real well. Use your spoon and try to scrape the bottom of the pot. That'll scrape off that curry that was stuck there to the bottom. Also cleans your pot while you're cooking. And now we want to let this come to a boil, and then we're going to simmer it for a bit. Okay, our sauce is just coming to a boil, so we're going to reduce the heat to low and let it simmer until the mango are soft. So I'm just going to let that go for a while. We'll check them periodically, see how long it takes. It really depends upon how ripe your mango is to start with. Okay, our sauce has been cooking now for probably 10 to 15 minutes, and the mango looks like it's getting soft. Let's see. Yeah, easy to pierce with a toothpick. All right, so now it's ready to be pureed and finished. All right, I have the sauce in the blender. Put the top on, and then we're going to puree that until it's smooth. Okay, now let's check it. Now, what we're looking for right now is how thick it is, right? This has a good barbecue sauce consistency. If it were too thick at this point, you could add some more water to thin it. We'll also be able to thin it a bit later on. Okay, now it's time to strain our sauce. So we're going to put it into a strainer over a stainless steel bowl. Okay, now let's press it through the strainer using our rubber spatula. Okay, now we've pressed through pretty much everything that's going to go through. What's left in here is pulp from the mango and anything that didn't get pureed. The longer you blend it, the longer you puree it, probably the less of this you're going to have. If you're lucky, you may be able to press it all through the strainer, but there's usually some pulp left from the mango that you can't get through the strainer. Now, what we want to do is rinse off our spatula and scrape the sauce off the bottom of the strainer. Okay, now would be the time to thin it some more if you think it's too thick. I think it's a perfect consistency for barbecue sauce. It's really going to be brushable on the baby back ribs I'm going to make tomorrow. And now, but if yours is too thick, thin it with a little water till you have a consistency that you like. Once you have the consistency you like, then we're going to taste it and adjust the seasoning. All right, let's see how it tastes. I think it needs a little bit more salt. Now, if you, a little bit more pepper. If you taste it at this point and you think it has too much heat, meaning too much spiciness, you have a couple of options. You can add more brown sugar. You can cook some more mango till it's soft in a little water and add the mango. And the next time you make it, you can use less of the Thai curries. All right, so we've added some more salt, we've added some more pepper. Let's taste it again. Let's see what we think. Perfect. That's going to be great on the baby backs. All right, that's the conclusion of Thai mango barbecue sauce. You can see photos of a dish with this sauce on my Instagram, which is @Chef's Apprentice, Cook Like a Pro. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.